Much of my first year at Mount was spent working with faculty, administrators, students, alumni, and trustees to develop a 5-year strategic plan that would help us be good stewards of this great legacy, enabling the university to thrive in really challenging times. The plan was approved by our board last October. It's called Compass 2021, and we are moving it forward now. So my goal this evening is to briefly describe 5 big challenges that are facing higher education in our country generally, and Mount Union specifically, and then try to describe how the Compass 21 strategic plan will shape our responses to those challenges. The 5 big challenges are those of affordability and quality, the value challenge, the challenge of a changing student body, the challenge of a global future, and the challenge of using technology for the way students learn today. The challenge of affordability and quality. Higher education is in the midst of an affordability crisis. If you are sending or have recently sent a son or daughter to college, you feel that. If you sit in the living rooms of prospective students, as our coaches do, you feel that. If you stand at an admission event table like our admission staff members do, you feel it. If you talk to parents like I do, you really feel it. For me, a key thing to remember about the affordability challenge is that it connects to the issue of quality in some ways that are really hard to manage. Everyone would like college to cost less, but most of us don't want students to live in crummy housing. A lot of our sons and daughters have never shared a light switch. They're expecting something nice when they go to college. They don't want to eat bad food. They don't want to make poor choices from a limited curriculum, from an average faculty, and be in classes with a large number of students. So all of those things that contribute to quality also contribute to galloping costs. It's quite a challenge to balance those things. Challenge number 2 is the value challenge. Not a values challenge, a value challenge. At the heart of the value challenge is this simple question: is college worth it? Can you justify spending that kind of money to go to college, to send a son or daughter to college? Well, you know what my answer is. Data show that Americans with a bachelor's degree can expect to earn about $1 million more in their lifetime than those who don't have a degree. And people who have a degree are much, much less likely to lose employment in economic downturns. In the past Great Recession that we all weathered, unemployment of persons with a college degree peaked at 5.1% in 2010. Unemployment for those with a high school diploma was twice as high, 3 times as high for those who hadn't completed high school. Challenge 3, the changing student body. Access to educational opportunities over the entire lifespan has become very important in our country. Careers have lots of twists and turns now, as many of you know. It's important to be educated, but it's also important to keep learning. As a consequence, people who wouldn't have been able to go to college a few decades ago want to attend now. They feel they must attend. And in response, we've seen the emergence of a number of new ways to go to college: online, hybrid instruction, certificates, accelerated degrees, education in the workplace. Challenge 4, the challenge of the global future. Higher education, I think, has a very important role to play in preparing our students for success in the global economy. It's very likely now that U.S. citizens who are attending college today will be supervising, working with, and working for people from China, India, the Middle East, Japan, Korea, Latin America, and Africa. Essential tools for success for college graduates who are American citizens is openness to other cultures and other societies, basic competence in dealing with people who are different, and the skillful use of digital tools that overcome barriers of distance and time. Challenge 5, how students learn. If you want a crash course on how students learn today, come up to our campus after dinner sometime in the next few weeks and take a walk through the library or the ground floor of our engineering and business building. The library is busy, but almost no one has a book in hand. Okay? They have laptops, tablets, smartphones. There are a few students who have found a quiet place for individual study, but most of the students are engaged in group projects that involve the use of digital tools to find, organize, and present information. In the library, in the engineering department, in our curriculum resource center, groups of students are making things. The key words are groups and making. In higher ed, there's a so-called maker movement. It expresses something important about students. They learn best by doing things. Isn't that right, Mackenzie? Okay. And they do things best by working in collaborative groups. We have to adapt to that reality. So, in recognition of those challenges, we focused our planning discussions on these challenges. And I'll just briefly mention a few things we're doing on each one. In the realm of affordability and quality, we are working to control costs and thus tuition increases. We have a cost review council that's asking questions about everything we decide to spend in terms of how do we look for pricing on that, is there a way to share resources with other institutions, and so on. Value. I want to change the argument about value. People talk about the liberal arts versus career-oriented education. I think it's a false choice. I think a liberal arts education that teaches students to write well and speak well, to think critically and to work effectively in groups is a really valuable education. It creates leaders who employers want to hire. And so too is education that provides students with very specific preparation for careers. It doesn't have to be an either-or choice. So we're very focused on that, expanding internship and experiential learning programs. We're starting a program on campus to explore the exploration of purpose, to just ask students, what are you doing? To encourage them to go through college with a sense of intention, a sense of calling, to prepare for a career that will be rewarding financially, but will also be rewarding emotionally and psychologically because it's infused with meaning and value. A changing student body. If we're going to stay healthy in the state of Ohio, where there isn't an unlimited supply of 18-year-olds who want to go to a private institution, we need to learn how to serve and value different kinds of students. Transfer students, commuting students, part-time graduate students, and international students. In other words, we need to become a comprehensive university. That's what Mount Union proclaimed it was doing when it changed its name a few years ago. Now we need to become in reality what we said we were. And that means learning how to take care of the needs, of a wider variety of students. Global future. We'll be working to increase the number of international students on our campus, and we'll be looking for opportunities to hire international faculty for our campus. We're doing a lot to encourage students to have experiences overseas, whether it's study abroad for a semester, or a mission trip to Nicaragua, or just a short overseas trip. We had a group of students recently make a trip to London for a theater tour that was led by Professor Rudy Rogenkamp from our theater program. Anything that gets them a little chance to get some perspective on how other people live, a way to sort of look back at the United States from a distance, I think will really be enriching. Helping students learn, experiential and hands-on learning, more emphasis on that, an entrepreneurial focus, creating maker spaces, and the effective use of technology. So our vision for the university 5 years from now is that we will grow to 2,700 students, 2,200 undergraduates, 500 graduate students, that we will have a regional reputation for offering exceptional quality, reasonable cost, and outstanding preparation for career and life success. Our ability to support students will be strengthened by a successful fundraising campaign. We'll have relevant academic offerings that involve active learning for students who want to make things and who want to learn through experience. And we will have a notably diverse global student body. What I feel in this town is we have an outstanding partnership with the community. The community really likes our students. They take care of our students. The police don't hassle our students. The publisher of the paper doesn't go out of his way to embarrass us, which can happen in a college town. It's not hard. So, I mean, I have experience with this. You can feel when a community is behind you, or you can feel when there's a headwind in your face. This community is behind us. We feel that every day, and it's a great feeling. And we try to do our part to give back what you can do to help us with our 2021 plan. Continue initiatives that have made this a great college town. Little things count for a lot. My son, before he started at Mount, was in a little chat group with the incoming freshman class, and the thing they wanted to know was, is there a Chipotle in Alliance? And when they found out there was, they were over the moon. Okay? It looks like a college town. When you drive down State Street, it looks like a place where there are good places to eat and things to do. That's so critical for us in terms of rolling out the red carpet for the university. We need you to express the community's needs and the ways we can be a good partner. Sometimes we don't know what you need, but you know. Through involvement with Economic Development Committee of the Chamber of Commerce, through involvement with other groups, I hear some things, but I can't hear everything. If there's a need that you see in the community that can be addressed with some of the resources we have, we want to help. I mean, I know, just in terms of energy and resources and people power, we're the richest organization in Stark County by a mile. If we can put that at your disposal, we want to try to do that. Try to support our fundraising campaign. We'll be out talking about this. It'll be a while before it gets real public. But at some point, we will be talking about scholarships. We hope you'll consider helping us keep Mount Union affordable for the students we serve. And then I guess most importantly, continue to welcome and encourage our students. Our students are involved in internships. Our students are going to your church. Our students are in the grocery store with you. If you see a Mount Union student, you can just say, hi, how are you? Hope everything is good. Glad you're in the community. That means a lot. A lot of our students call Alliance their second home. I mean, they really feel that way about it. And you can help cement that feeling. And I think it helps contribute to our partnership, and we really appreciate it. That's what I wanted to say tonight. Thanks for all you do for the university. We appreciate it.